I'm convinced we're the most cursed team in professional sports.
You guys are bad.
I've been saying this hot take for a long time, and I'm sticking to it. My hot take is that Will McDonald's going to hit 15 sacks.
No member of the New York Jets' Week 1 offensive line will miss a game all year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time! So get ready to rumble!
Yeah, it's me. It's me. It's Chaos DP.
Chaos, man, here I go again, sucking you into the danger zone where I am sure you will be streaming for the next 4 hours.
Screaming? I don't know about screaming, but streaming. I feel like I've been streaming my whole life for without a break for the last 4 years, to be honest with you.
Pretty bad, man. We are just getting cooked. We're just cooking up our thoughts. We got 5 in here right now. I'm sure that'll double here in a moment. But yeah, man, we got with a later game on the docket today. We got a little competition out there. We got Buffalo cooking up some streams. We got Jake Asman. But guess what? We will outlast all of them, brother, right?
I think that Jake usually fades away around this time, but it was a later game, so maybe that's why he's still going. But I think they'll fade away as it gets into the later hours. I believe they have normal jobs and they're on the East Coast, so you think they have to get up and go to work in the morning, right?
You would think. I know I have some
And
construction.
again, we want our listeners to stay tuned with us, and they might have to get up and go to work.
Correct. Let's just start informally. I'd like to know about your week. I do construction, and then I also do office work. It's kind of split how often the construction needs me because they just hired another guy and whatnot. But like, I have construction ahead of me this week, so I do like to enjoy my weekends. Chaos, what was your last week like, and what were your thoughts heading into Jets at Bills?
Well, professionally, my life was like a lot of canceled clients because of the holidays, but getting back to it now, I expect to be full-fledged this week, back to a very difficult schedule. But for me, it was just, I think a lot about I was thinking a lot about all the different possibilities of the draft, and where we are right now, and when this Ravens Steelers game wraps up, to see where it all lands. And unfortunately, it's not ideal where we really want our thoughts to be this time of year is playoffs and all kinds of dreams of the Super Bowl. But that's not where we are right now. Unfortunately, we have nothing else as Jet fans to be thinking about other than draft position, watching the college bowl games to see who's going to be available, and just imagine what, all the possibilities, and hope that the Jets somehow get this right.
It just sounds way too simple the way you put it, Chaos. I mean, we'll get into that. I mean, we have weeks to have Sunday shows that don't include a Jet game. I do wonder if they can get it right or get it even halfway right, but we'll get into all that, man. We'll get on it. Holiday week, Christmas, boom. New Year's, boom. Now we're sitting here on January 4th. How were those 2 days for you? And what did you think of the Jets Bills matchup before it kicked off? But start with your holidays.
My holidays were good. It was, I had a very nice New Year's, like hanging out with friends and partying a little bit, and then coming home and doing me and my wife. Our friends are really cool about how they do it. They start their party at 6 p.m. and we party hard till 9-10 p.m. 9 o'clock, we go crazy because we're all East Coasters, like my good friends. So we swear that because we were born on the East Coast, New Year's is when the apple drops in New York, or the ball drops in New York. That's New Year's for us. And then 9:30, 10, I head home, stumble home, I should say. And then me and my wife watch Harry Met Sally. It's just an annual tradition for us. It's been year after year after year. We just watched the movie Harry Met Sally, and that's what we do. And then on New Year's Day, we have a few movies we like to watch. We like to create. We've created these kind of traditions.
That's cool. That's a unique tradition, and unique or original. Call it what you want. That's always awesome to me, man. There's plenty of parrots out there in this world. It sure sounds like JetsChaos is not one of them.
What's the name for that? The name for two married people without kids, two incomes, no kids. I forgot there's a whole thing. There's a name. Maybe it's TINK. Tink. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'd like two incomes, no kids, or something. There's something like that that's out there.
Two incomes, no kids. That's the first time I've ever heard that, but that makes a lot of sense.
The only reason we have a house, we actually joke around. We're like, we don't know how people in this world, unless I guess if you live in an area where maybe it's possible, right? Not even an hour and a half out of Sacramento and Grass Valley. A lot of people, I could see it. You could have a one-income family. But when you're living in like New York, New Jersey, and the real towns, and like some of those kind of areas, it's like I don't know. Like me and my wife say, how would we have kids? Like, how would we pay for daycare? I don't know how people do it. I honestly don't. I honestly have no idea. I guess they have grandparents to watch their kids. It's not an easy world, but it's much easier when you don't have kids and you just have dogs.
Yeah. You know what? I wasn't always that way. Like my first 20 years, I fully expected to have a couple kids, and then just, dude, life changes your thinking. The world, I think, is the biggest change. But yeah, man, maybe I'll be a tink one day.
I think there's another name for it, but who cares? It works. Even if I just invented it myself, it works.
You may have, and I will remember that. Boss Girl chimes in. She was with us earlier. She says she's one adult, two kids. It is not easy.
Yeah, I just don't even know. I don't even understand it. I just don't understand it. Like the math doesn't work for me. I don't know how people do it. And then when you have, if Boss Girl, and I hope this is not the case, if she has some kind of situation where she's not even getting financial support from father, that's terrible. That's a terrible situation. And it's really difficult. And I tip my, if I had a cap, I would tip it to her. Cause I just, I find life difficult enough just me and my wife, no kids financially. I feel like we're always fighting to stay ahead and worried about this or that. And so to have kids also and to have one income, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know how she does it. That's amazing. You have my respect.
Facts.
It's not easy.
Yeah, I'm still kind of hoping that Mr. and Mrs. Chaos adopt me, and then he can figure out what that's like, boss girl. All right, man. We went over the holiday.
I would stick you in the corner with PlayStation 5 and hope that kept you entertained for a few hours.
You know what? It would, because I have one and I love it. You teased it, man. I think a lot of us do have one eye on Steelers Ravens.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, it's still 10-3.
First and goal, though.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very close to goal.
It's 10-9, I think. Oh, there's a
Oh,
flag.
they score?
There's a flag. Push him back. Oh, no. He's saying touchdown, but there's a flag. We have to hope it's against the Steelers, and you push him back 5 yards, and then maybe we can put on, make a stand. I think it's interesting that the Steelers have a oh no, it's gonna be a touchdown. I think it's always interesting that the Steelers have some Hawaiian or Polynesian guy with long hair on their team.
Always, man. The Head and Shoulders sponsorship has to keep coming. You're right, though. They pushed it right up the middle. They scored. That's becoming more of a game. Why do we care? I just wanted to throw that up on the screen, Chaos, because some of these people may not have been with us earlier. Why do we care what the Ravens do, Jeremy?
Well, you can see that right now we have Indianapolis's pick, and right now, as it stands, it would be the 15th pick. But unfortunately, if Baltimore was to lose, their strength of schedule is clearly weaker, so they would jump ahead of that 15th pick, and we would move back to the 16th pick. I don't think it's a backbreaker. I think even if that happened, overall, we'd say we went from 18 to 16. At the time of the trade, it was the 31st pick. The best week we were hoping for was the Colts would lose in the playoffs in the first round, and it would be like the 24th, 25th pick. And then magically they lost every game, didn't make the playoffs. It became a top 18 pick. Everything like this, I feel a little greedy, but I mean, at the end of the day, if Baltimore wins, it stays the 15th pick, and I'd rather the 15th pick than the 16th pick. But I will say, either way, it's a victory for us today for that pick.
Yeah. And again, I'm sure most people know this by now, but I do feel like we do have to mention it. We can't assume. Our third overall pick today, Giants won, man. The Giants won. They were sitting at second overall. They won, and they fell. They fell, relatively speaking, of course. They fell in the Tankathon debate. Let me grab that real quick. Boom. Okay. As you guys know, when you woke up this morning, the Giants were sitting at second overall. The Jets were not. But guess what?
They were giving us so much crap, making fun of us Giant fans, telling us we were going to have to give them 3-1s. It's like, where are you, bitches? Sitting down there at 5. Maybe they can give us a couple of first rounders, and we'll switch spots with them if there's no Dante Moore in this draft.
Facts. So very good day for I know, terrible game. And if anybody wants to talk the specifics of the game, feel free to drop it in the comments, because you guys steer us, as you well know. Spike the like button while you're here. Appreciate the 11 who are here already. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, our top pick climbed to second overall. And then, as we showed you a moment ago, this Colts pick started the day at, I believe, pick 18.
Yeah, we started the day at 18. I'm pretty sure of it.
Correct. So a big, massive team buy. But since the day started, Detroit won a game, and they said, I want out of your tiebreaker. They did. They went up higher. Baltimore, if they win as well, out of that tiebreaker, and the Jets are cemented into 15th overall. So yeah, third pick, fourth pick, whatever it was, climbing to second overall, and then 18 pick climbing all the way to 15. Thoughts on that, Jeremy?
I just think that it could have been. I mean, to me, we knew that our season was over. There was nothing good for us. All we're living for is where the picks are. And it could have, today could have been disastrous. We could have been the 7th pick and the 18th pick, right? Instead, we're the 2nd pick and at worst, the 16th pick. So that's just, it's and you can give the point value and what that equates to, the difference between 2 and 16 and 7 and 18, was the extremes of the day. So I think whether we landed 16 or 15, we landed, 2 and 15 or 2 and 16, either one, we landed pretty good.
We did. I didn't mean to whip out this tweet this early, but I feel like, I'm not sure if you saw it. I sent it to you, which is fine. I just want to get your thoughts on it now. And let me just read it real quick for folks. Dane Brugler, he says, the Raiders win today did not help them getting the number 1 pick. They, since Giants won, Raiders were fine. But it does mean they will pick number 36 in the second round instead of number 33. The Jets now have the top pick in round 2.
Is that a new rule? Is that a new rule?
It's a first I've heard of it. But then again, here's what Dane says. Terrific name on that fella, might I add, Brugler. For teams with the same record as the top pick, the order rotates. So we don't
have a 3rd round pick, so our turn to go last doesn't matter.
Correct. Even better. But what we do have is 4 top 50 picks. The 3rd pick of that is not only going to be pick 33, it's going to be the very first pick on day 2, which means if anybody fell and someone wants,
there will be a first round projected talent that slips. There never isn't. Like, find me a draft where all top 32 guys go top 32. That's never happened. I promise you, in modern football, it hasn't happened. I don't know what position it'll be. I don't know if it'll line up with us, but I promise you, there's going to be, and the rankings are different, but whatever consensus ranking that we want to follow, or that we do collectively. But what I will tell you is, every year that I've been doing this for the last 5 years, there are guys we all agree are first round picks that we'd all be thrilled with, that we all like, that we all follow, that end up slipping to the second round. So this would absolutely without question, this pick 33, without question, is going to be, there will be guys, whether, again, it has to align with our needs to some degree, but there would without question be guys that we had and in our minds believed were first round picks.
I am with you. It's just, the picture I wanted to paint is now our first 2 picks got better today. Now our 3rd pick got better today as well. Does this
got better? Just want to have to throw that in. The pick that we have from the Dallas Cowboys also got better. I saw them at 12 in the first round, which means in the second round, that's 45, right?
45 indeed. So I guess my main point is, it's not all doom and gloom. Yes, we suck today, but we do have some things to cling to. And the more these draft picks climb, man, we're clinging hard. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, you know what 45 represents to me? Like, just to give you an idea of talent, like, and what you could do at 45, Joe Tippmann came around 45. Like you get, and I'm not saying take a guard or a center. I'm just saying that level of talent, like if at like 33, forget about 33. We might get the linebacker CJ Allen, who's projected to go around 26, 27. He could be there at 33. It's not far-fetched. It's not a reach. It's none of that. It is completely reasonable. There will be somebody, or maybe even a couple of players that are projected to go somewhere between 25 and 28 that will be there at 33. It happens every single draft. So that's super exciting. But like even that number 44 pick, 45 pick, whatever that pick is going to be, that pick is also there's gonna be talent there. There's gonna be, if you pick smart, if you pick the right guy, you're gonna be able to get a guy there. So we have potential if we do this right. And I think the one thing Mooj did right last year, I feel like his first 3 picks were fine. There's a chance we can get 4 real picks here, 4 real contributors to this team.
I agree. Day one starters, right? Maybe minus a quarterback, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, but I think everybody understands that. Right now, Pittsburgh is going off, so I'm not too thrilled about that. But
no. Sorry. Can you read this comment on the screen from old Harry Wiener?
Harry Wiener comes in now it's like now all anybody is gonna call him as Wiener now forever. Like you may as well just make it Harry Wiener 50. Forget the W is no longer. When we see the W, all we see is Wiener.
I see him.
Good. Well, I just say hello, Harry. We love you. You're a great guy. And Harry's been with us. He's been supporting my work for over 4 years now. So I appreciate Harry. And
I first stumbled across Harry in the Beanbaggers Discord. Got to know him, but honestly, in my head, I was thinking, that's got to be Weiner. It's got to be.
Nope,
it's got to be Harry Weiner. Since then,
Fire Wiener.
Shit. So yeah, Wiener all the way, man. We are big supporters of Harry Wiener. What are you watching, Jerry? Talk to me.
I'm wondering if the losing coach of this game, I can't help but go into my head, is gone. Not because they're fired, retired, leaving. Well, I'm wondering if it's literally going to be the loser of this game. That's the coach that's going to spring free. Unfortunately, I think that we can't compete with the New York Giants when it comes to head coaching. When you just look at the history of the organizations, just the whole thing, just everything. If forget it, not to mention the other teams they would be lured in by, but we would never be able to beat out the Giants for one of these coaches. Never.
No, correct. We talk, if we want to draft a quarterback, we don't get first dibs. We get second dibs. If we want a new coach, we might not even get second dibs. We might get third or fourth.
I also cannot help but think out loud. Well, I noticed that Raheem Morris, the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons, was fired. And it's very hard for me not to wonder if he'd be a candidate for our defensive coordinator position, because Raheem Morris has a background of being a defensive coordinator. I believe he was either in or won a Super Bowl or was close to it with the Rams. In the early 20s, he was the Rams defensive coordinator. So he's had some really good runs. He has a really good resume for it. And I just wonder if Raheem Morris, who I hear and I've read, has a good relationship with Aaron Glenn, becomes our defensive coordinator, and also becomes, if you want to get rid of Glenn early in the year, if he gets off to a bad start, Raheem Morris at least has head coaching experience.
I am with you. 3rd and 2 for Pittsburgh. They throw it to Freiermuth, and he does not convert. So Pittsburgh might be kicking a field goal.
You're ahead of me, sir. Thanks for the preview and the future. Thank you for the future. And
yeah, my bad.
I think they'll probably take the points and get a field goal in a game that's 10-10 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Fair indeed.
He's an old school coach. If it was Detroit, you don't know. But I think that Tomlin's going to kick the field goal here.
As he is about to do, you are right.
Yeah. Take the points. Right. When you can take points, you take the points.
Boss Girl chimes in. She says, Rodgers has trained all the Steelers to complain on every play.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised. That's what he does. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You notice all the coaches, like Tom Brady knew to do it. They know it works. They know that it's all psychology with these refs. If you give them enough shit, you will start to push them to shut you up or to feel bad, or you'll get in their heads. It's a psychological game. And it's amazing. I don't know. Maybe the league does. I've never read that they do, but the league needs to talk to those refs, and that needs to be part of how they train them. It's like you've got to shut these coaches, like these players, up out in your head. You have to shut it out because we've seen makeup calls, right? I mean, everybody has seen it. Everybody's seen like players complain about a call and then they get a call a little bit later, and they're iffy calls, and people get into the heads of these referees, and these referees need to. They need to make it full-time jobs. They need to train them in the off season, more training. Like this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and they need to take it a lot more seriously. I mean, because these guys are determining the outcome of games.
You know, as we start cooking here, Chaos, I want to lean on the chat a little bit. There's 18 now with us. Amid Heyoka chimes in. He says, "Is it certain that Glenn survives Black Monday?"
I think it's certain. I forgot what movie that's from. I forget what movie that's from. It's from something. I don't think anything is ever certain. I would be shocked. I mean, I would be blatantly shocked if we waked up and found out. But you know what? Did you expect the Sauce Gardner trade?
No.
Right. I would never have guessed that in a million years that was happening.
You know what else I didn't expect?
What?
Someone to take a shine to Harry Wiener via Super Chat.
Bald Beaver. Bald Beaver is saying, "Hey, Mr. Wiener, we need to get Wiener. We need to get Wiener in the same room as that Bald Beaver."
Facts. They are a match made in heaven. Bald Beaver, salute you, man. That is one epic $1.99 spent. Adirondack chimes in. 8 of you are slacking with the milk thumbs. What? Come on, guys. That's all you got to do. It's free, right? Spike the like. Appreciate you, AFG. All right. I mean, Chaos, if you have questions for me, fire away. What I do want to ask you, though, is are you bummed we didn't see more Hooker today?
I am definitely bummed and disappointed that we didn't get to see Hendon Hooker. It's one of those things that just bother me a little bit. I in the sense that you brought him in. You liked him because he played for Detroit with you. You brought him in. You've seen so much of this kid cook. Did you like that? I mean, did it matter at that point in the middle of the second quarter, coming out for the second half? Why not see if going back to Estran, going back to the coach he's familiar with, pass route schemes he's familiar with? Why not just see, is this guy? I mean, they'll bring him to camp anyway, but wouldn't you have wanted to have real game experience? Like, what if he came in and he just played kind of good and he looked good? And not that it would mean everything, but just that it would make you feel good going into camp saying, hey, maybe this is going to be one of those kind of cool stories where not he's going to be a starter, but that he could be a solid backup quarterback for us and be a contributor and be a guy who just came out of nowhere. We need a backup quarterback. I mean, I know obviously the discussions are overshadowed by the need of a starting quarterback, but we also happen to need a backup quarterback as well.
We do. Maybe a whole room. But Brady Cook, I mean, we spoke about it earlier. Excuse me. I feel the need to mention it again. Brady Cook today, 11 of 22, 50% completion for a whopping 60 yards.
Well, you might not know this, but Brady Cook was an undrafted free agent.
I did not realize that, Jeremy.
Yeah. It's hard to have high expectations for a guy who 32 NFL teams said, nah, every single round.
Facts. Boss Girl chimes in. She says, that sounds like a match made in Hooker heaven. And then Harry pulled up and said, how are you, bud?
Long time no see.
Yeah. I think we got to get them together for sure. Ravens down in the red zone now, just so you know.
They must have had some big play.
They must have.
Because I see them at the 33-yard line, at their own 33-yard line.
Oh shit! What's your play clock? Your game clock say?
You know, I could be a year behind for all I know. Maybe I'm not even live at this point. No, my game clock is at 2nd and 11, 2:36 left in the quarter, 7, 6, 5. Like, where are you in the game?
Now I'm at 2:38. Let me. That's fine. That's fine.
I'm ahead of you.
You are now.
So you just messed up with the red zone, but it was the other. It's the other. Flip it around. They're at their own 30.
Oh, good call. Good call. Yeah. So, okay. Any questions from you about this game? I mean, the fan base is torn. I mean, they're angry at Glenn. They're happy with the picks.
We never ask you. How do you feel right now about? Let's. I don't know. I'm hearing now he's not going to come at it. Let's just say Dante Moore does come out. I'm just curious. Let's say Dante Moore comes out. Let's say as expected right now by the majority of fans, the Raiders go ahead and take Mendoza. What are you hoping for? Do you just want them to grab Moore? Are you excited about that?
You know what? Hold on.
You about to take a shit? Look at this construction work. Construction workers wear layers because they're outside a lot. Or yeah. I think that you want Dante Moore. I think you want Dante Moore.
It did make a difference to me what happened today. I didn't want to trade up for Moore. But if we are sitting at 2 overall and Moore comes out, for one, if we're sitting at 2 overall, I think Mendoza going first overall is 100%. I do. I think a lot of people are wasting energy trying to figure out how we get him. I think he's gone. He's gone. So, journey down my rabbit hole, please. Pause. You either take Moore if he's there, or you do what? So, like, for me, I have options. I do want to take, if Moore's there at 2, I take him. If he went back, I want to slide a little bit. Maybe pick 5, 6 max. Let's just slide 2, 3 picks, see what happens with the board. And then if we still have 3 guys we like, slide again,
Right. I mean, even no matter what it is, just to pick up some draft capital. If it's a third round pick, second round pick, whatever it is to slide back, if you're getting some value out of it, obviously you don't get ripped off. You make sure that you're getting fair value. But you slide down a little bit. We need a third round pick. We're missing that. It's a big void. There's a whole sweet spot of players in the third round that we miss out on. Which kind of sucks because you don't want to take them in the second round because they're a little too risky. But they're also guys that you'd love to take a shot on. And yeah, I like what you're saying, especially if you could go down to 5 or 6 and still believe because the quarterbacks are being, are being taken. And, we don't need an offensive tackle. There's certain things that we don't care about anyway, maybe. That if you believe you're going to get some quality guy you love, maybe he loves Caleb Downs and believes that Downs will be there at 5 or 6. And it's like perfectly happy getting an extra third round pick and grabbing Downs and, whatever it is. I mean, but maybe it's the wide receiver. Maybe it's Tate.
Yeah.
We'll get Tate at 6. We love
Tyson.
Right. Or Tyson.
Yeah. Boss Girl says, but who would trade up for what reason, basically?
Well, it's the second pick. I mean, Reese, Kane, an edge. I mean, and we're saying, like, when you're saying who's trading up for what player, it's not, people trade up for players that are not quarterbacks. Like we watched Jacksonville do it last year, right? They traded up. We're not talking about a haul of picks. We're not talking about somebody's going to come up from the 14th pick and give us, a first round pick next year and their second round pick this year. We're talking about a third round pick, right? Possibly, or a second round pick. We're talking about, we'll give you pick 58 if you swap picks with us. Now, right. If there's a player they really like they need an edge and they want to make sure they get this guy Bain, it's like perfectly That's happens all the time. It's perfectly, it's not. It's a good question to say who's trading up when you're talking about who's going to do what the Niners did, right, and give a crazy haul of picks. But we're not
No.
talking about that. We're talking about a
No.
second, third round pick.
Yes, and I just don't like the prospect of spending second overall on something else. Slide a little bit. Who will trade up? Someone, you know what? I think there's a couple guys in play for pick number 2 if Moore is not coming back out or coming out. Reese, Bain, Downs, one of the 2 wide receivers. To me, I think the Jets would love to have any 4 of those guys, any of them. But maybe someone picking 5th or 6th doesn't like half of them, doesn't think half of them will help their team. They need to go and secure the guy they want, and maybe we are okay with any of them. So stranger things have happened for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and now Boss Girl's even saying it herself. She's showing how much Jacksonville actually traded up. I don't know if there's a guy. I don't know if there's a guy like that. So I will say, even though it wasn't a quarterback, he was I think they made a mistake because I think in the long run he's only going to play one position. Because I think that I think just because a player's telling you I could play both ways, you have to be realistic to how the NFL works and the level, and look what happened. He got hurt, right? That's what's going to happen if you play both ways. You're going to get hurt, so because when you're tired, you're more apt to get hurt, and it's just a different game than college. So to me, Huntley was never going to be an impact player on both sides of the ball. And if he is, it's a freak kind of thing that goes on for 2 years and it always they end up playing one position. Even if to me, he wasn't going to have a 10-year career as an all-pro wide receiver and cornerback. I don't think so. So I think it was a silly thing. I do. I think it was silly, if anything. But so I don't expect this kind of thing unless Reese might go crazy in the combine. Right? The guy is a freak. He might go crazy. You might get a team that says, this is the key to our team. The Giants might say, this guy, Avril Reese, will change our organization. This is the Lawrence Taylor. I'm not saying it, but I'm saying, what if they believe that? What if they think
Right.
this is the franchise-changing player? What do we care about a second-round pick or a third-round pick, right? And say, let's swap positions with the Jets. That's how it would happen. You have some player that somebody else is absolutely in love with.
Dude, there might be a team down there that already has defensive ends, already has linebackers, but they need Caleb Downs to really polish that defense. Dude, it can happen. And again, I'm with you. We're not asking for a bounty of picks to slide a couple. We're just trying to fill in kind of the middle of our draft.
Because we're in the beautiful position. If we need so many things, it doesn't really matter. You can give us Bain, we could use a dominating edge. You could give us Reese, boy, could we use a freaking dominating linebacker. You could give us Caleb Downs, boy, do we need a great safety, right? Oh my God, do we need a safety, right? So there's so many things you could that. There's so many options for us that make our team better. I know there are people probably flipping out saying, I don't want a safety at that pick. And I understand that people have that rule in their head. I'm just making a point. I'm making a point that we need all 3 of those positions. And they're all wide receiver. We need a wide receiver, and there's going to be quality wide receiver. So one of those guys, a lot of those guys are going to be there at 5 and 6 also. That's why we're talking about it. We could still trade down and still get a premier guy at one of our positions of need.
Yeah. We saw it, what was that, last year, the year before? I think it was the year before. Yeah, because Joe Douglas slid one spot, 10 to 11, and he got assets, man.
Yeah,
he did.
Rounder or something, right?
Dude, he got the picks that gave us Isaiah Davis and Stiggers.
Wow.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Now they got JJ McCarthy, but I don't know how good that is either.
We don't know about JJ McCarthy yet completely, right? Because his last 4 games, he started to come alive. And they made, the announcers, I was watching that game and they made a really good point. JJ McCarthy has only started 11 football games. So like people are jumping to he sucks, he's a bust. He started 11 football games and in game number 7 started to come alive, and game 7, 8, 9, 10 has played really well. So I'm just saying the jury's not out yet on JJ McCarthy.
I am with you. I am. I am. There's a lot of, I mean, people have been memeing him for months, making him just the butt of every joke on social media. You've been nined, they're calling it. It's rough. It's rough. But also, like you said, he hasn't played enough to cast aside yet. We'll see too, because like, what does Minnesota want to do? Do they toy with bringing in someone outside? Do they stick with him longer? You know, like who knows? Who knows?
I mean, look at Cam Ward's first 10 games. Look how the numbers look. Look at Young for Carolina for the first 2 years of his career. Look at Malik Willis, who everybody's talking about now, in his first couple of years at Tennessee. I mean, people at 10 games, people want to like write McCarthy off like they know if he's a good quarterback or not. I mean, like, when are we going to learn that you cannot just decide and put the final decision on a quarterback after 10 games? I mean, it's just silly. It's silly.
It strengthens my opinion that the Jets need to sit their guy, whoever they do take, because if they're going to be judging him after 10 games like Minnesota is, don't let him play 10 games in year 1. Like, let him play 5. You know?
I think Minnesota's coaches are smarter than that. I don't think they're giving up at all on him. I think they're fully planning on coming back next year. And I think that they are believing that they're going to get the McCarthy that they watched the last 5 games of the year, because he's been slowly evolving and growing game after game. He just needed to get the sense. He needed to get a feel for the speed of the NFL.
Yeah, that can't be understated, because it is a different speed than they've ever seen. Yeah, so interesting news ahead. We're tracking the draft, folks. We need Baltimore to come from behind in the fourth quarter. They're down by 3.
Problem is that Pittsburgh has the ball and Baltimore looks like crap on offense. And I think they might need to consider pulling Lamar. He's not 100% healthy. And when he's not 100% healthy, he's not that good. I mean, he cannot just sit back in the pocket and pass. He's not that kind of football player. You're right. And I just think clearly when he's not as fat, when he doesn't have that mobility, he's not the same quarterback. And they played really good last week with their backup. So I don't know.
What do you think of this comment here from Anthony at the Jets Life podcast here on YouTube? Check him out. He says Ty Simpson may have played himself out of the draft. He could use another year.
Oh, I would have agreed with that from the very beginning. People were jumping on that way too fast. He had some good games. Ty Simpson. It's like, you got to give even the world a chance to look at film and say, oh, what is Alabama doing with this kid? How do we stop him? And then can the kid adjust to the adjustments? Right? It's the same thing like CJ Stroud. We all saw that, his second year, when they all of a sudden they knew how to stop him and he wasn't looking so good. And then we saw that he's starting to fight back. It's like a game of chess. It goes back and forth. So Ty Simpson needs another year. And if he goes into the portal transfer, which I think he declared, I think I heard something like that. If he goes to a team, like if Dante Moore does leave and he goes to Oregon, or if he goes to Tennessee, or he goes to Ole Miss, if Chablis doesn't get his request and has to come out, I think that would be a great move for Simpson to go to one of those kind of quarterback-friendly systems. Because Alabama's having some struggles, so maybe that's not the best place. I don't know.
Did he get pulled from that game? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but I heard that the coaching I heard that the head coach is not very happy with him. So then there's some issues there.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. Charles B chimes in. He says, I'm contacting all supernatural entities and asking for Glenn to be fired. Chaos. Also, I wanted to, plug a short that I made this week with yours truly. Your Jeremy Jets Chaos thoughts on Aaron Glenn's future. But I want to ask you now, having seen one extra game from him, has that opinion swayed? And if people didn't even watch it, maybe just tell them what you think based on Charles' comment.
I have no reaction for today's game. Like, I don't care about today's game at all. It didn't change anything about. I mean, I wasn't thrilled with Aaron Glenn. So, but I'm saying today's game made no. I knew it was happening. It was not a surprise. I understand what Charles is doing. Like, I understand that I understand the feeling of wanting to wake up on Monday morning and find out and get the news that he's fired. I like hoping that he goes into Just One Drive and finds out, hey, we're just what didn't go the way we thought, and we need to move forward with someone else. I understand that completely. I don't think it's going to happen. Like, I don't think that they're going to do that. It's not it would be a surprise if they did. Do I want them to? The only hesitation I have personally with them doing that is I just question what the plan is. I just question the plan. Because if he's one and done, the rest of the league likes him and has respect for him as a person, this or that. It's like a fraternity, the coaches and things like that. When it doesn't look good, right? It's not a great thing. And I don't know who's going to come here. And then what happens is now you hire another coach. You're not going to have good offers. You're going to have to pick a rookie. You're going to have to take a failed coach who's taking who's going for a second chance. And if that coach has a terrible year next year, now what do? You're going to go another one and done? Now you're a joke of the league. Now you're making yourself a complete joke. Like because if you fire him one and done and you hire another coach, you can't fire that coach after 1 year. You cannot. No. Because if you do, you are a joke. Then it's just a joke. Everyone's just going to stay away. The agents of these coaches are going to say no because that's a career killer. So even the agents are going to say no. Don't go near them. They're unstable.
We're the toxic girl at the party. We are.
Yeah, so I feel a little trapped and stuck with Glenn, and I am a little afraid that he really is this terrible, and that we're going to be stuck with this terrible. Part of me, and there'll always be that part of me, has hope. This hope that he's going to come up and the roster is going to be a little better, and it's going to be more like the first 8 games as far as competitiveness, except some of those one-score games are going to swing our way, and suddenly we're going to be like this 4-4 team that's like we're getting respectable and not easy wins for opponents. And, and like part of me is hoping that can somehow happen. And I know there's a chance that he's going to suck just as bad. I know that's a reality. But, and you could sit there and say we're already a joke, but it's not the same level as if you fire him. I'm talking about if you fire him, find another coach, and that other coach sucks also. Because if you fire him, you're not getting a good candidate. You're not getting a real candidate. You're not getting anybody with a choice. You're not. You're not getting like Johnson went to Chicago, like Liam Cohn went to Jacksonville. You're not getting a guy like that. It's not going to happen. You are the last on the list. You are a place where someone goes because they have nowhere else to go and they want to take a shot. So it's going to be either a rookie coach or a second chance coach. And if that works out, great, then you're saved. But if it doesn't work, and look at our roster now, even these draft picks is not going to turn this roster around. And even if you go out and spend money and get all these picks, they have no continuity. There are a bunch of new players you're just throwing together. And now you're just getting some secondhand coach because you're not going to get a prime coach, right? Now what do you do when that next coach sucks? Now they come out and they're terrible because you have a coach that's not, it's not good. Now I know it could happen. Like you get lucky and they could end up being good. But if they're not, now you're stuck. Because again, because you could say we're already a joke now. If you fire Glenn and then get another coach and fire that other coach, we are now at another level. Like we're beyond
cooked.
stuck. It's beyond laughingstock. We are now a place that people will not go. There will be a ban. There will be agents that will not let their clients come here as coaches.
Just to piggyback off of that, hey Johnny, welcome, brother. Appreciate you joining us. I want to ask your thoughts on what Billy, Super Bowl champion Billy, said. He says, I think we're blaming the hell out of Glenn and putting no blame on Fields. Fields needed to give us much better effort than he did. Do you think that's an accurate take?
I think the only problem I have with it is that Fields was Glenn's guy. So the answer to that is what Charles is going to say is going to come, right? I could already see it. Charles is going to come back and say, who brought in Fields? That's Glenn. Like Glenn handpicked him. And now you're going to bring him in, and now we're going to say, well, he didn't do the effort. He didn't give the effort. He didn't do what we needed to do. Well, you're the one that brought him in. It's the same thing with Wilkes, right? Like, because now we're saying to him, he's like, you're blaming Wilkes. You brought Wilkes in. You sat there arm in arm, same philosophy. We're together. And I'm not attacking Billy. I'm saying Billy, though. I'm just speaking truth here. I mean, it's not like he was stuck with Fields. It's not like he came here and was given Justin Fields. He picked him. That's part of the accountability of why we were in this situation, right? So I feel for him in the sense that as much as I didn't love the Fields pickup, I didn't sit there and get all excited and say, oh, we're getting Justin Fields. He's going to magically become this good quarterback after 4 years of not developing into a good quarterback. There's no way. I did not foresee him being that bad. In fairness to everyone, in fairness to the coaching staff and to Moogs, there's no way. Like, I thought he would at least be the Justin Fields we've seen for 4 years. I didn't know he was going to be completely inept.
Fair. And that's a sound take in the moment, and it's a sound take in hindsight. But let me throw this at you. Scott Foster, he chimes in, loyal Friday night co-host, Scott Foster. He says, I disagree. I think this job could be attractive to a legit coach. And then Anthony, the Jets Life podcast, chimes in. He says, there's only 32 of these jobs. They are all attractive. Jets' job becomes gorgeous if Moore declares. Do you think that's the case?
No, because there's 32 head coaching jobs, but there's not 32 good head coaches. And we know that because every year, 10% of them are fired, if not more. Every year, because they can't do the job. So I don't feel that way. That's like saying there's 32 quarterback jobs. Right, but there's only 5 competent quarterbacks that you really want. You know what I'm saying? So, no, it's not attractive. We know it's not attractive. We couldn't, Vrabel is the second New England got rid of Mayo. Vrabel was gone. Liam Cohn didn't even look at us. Ben Johnson didn't look at us. These guys didn't even look at us. They didn't even look at us. It's not attractive. It's not attractive. And I know you're saying it looks more if Moore declares. It doesn't become gorgeous if Moore declares unless they like Moore. If they like Dante Moore, then it might become attractive. Oh, there's a quarterback I like. So I'm not denying that. If they like him, and that's a big if. We don't know. We don't know.
But
even more. We watch 50% of the quarterbacks fail anyway. But what's not attractive about what's not attractive about it is this place has been a circus. And Woody Johnson, you think it's only the fans, the Jet fans that are mad at Woody Johnson and say he's a clown? You think Woody Johnson has the respect of this league? That you have to go work for this guy. If he fires Aaron Glenn one and done, you have to now go work for this guy. From the perception of those coaches, the perception of the coaches, that's not attractive. And I want to say, now, is there a possibility there are 32 amazing candidates out there? Yes, because there's rookie guys who have never been head coaches. We don't know. We don't know which ones are great and which ones are not great. But if you want a proven coach that you know is a great NFL coach, right, that's established, and somehow they get free, They're not coming here. They're just not.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. I do want to hit the opposite side of this coin, and just to play devil's advocate, if you did believe in more, and you said this, if you believe in more, this job is very attractive because you get more and you get 3 more top 50 picks and you get 3 first round picks next year. I mean, that to me is very attractive, and that might cancel out the jet tax. It might cancel out how bad we are. Hold that thought, Jeremy. I'm gonna pass it back, but you have to like more. You have to like someone at second overall for it to be attractive. I don't think that Caleb Downs second overall is going to make it an attractive destination. Even with the 2027, we'll get it. No, if they can get more now, know they can get him, or Mendoza, one of the two. If they know they can get him, have all those other picks, I do think you can entice a guy to come. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I just think that that I'm not saying that Moore might be a great quarterback, and they might believe in more, but there's a difference between believing in a quarterback and a generational quarterback. It's not like Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning or Trevor Lawrence year, where it's this generational kind of name where everybody's running to be, running for their job. And I think that people can argue all they want. Oh, we got tons of money, we got tons of picks. It's a great situation. You can make that argument. It's a great situation. But the reality is, the truth is, it's just not. Because in 15 years, who have we gotten? Like who? It's just not. Like, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's not logical to you, even if you say it doesn't make sense, we have the second pick overall. Dante Moore is coming out. We can get a quarterback. We have all those picks. We have all this money. But it's not. Year after year, we're looking for coaches. The good ones never come to us.
Have we ever had a draft haul like this?
I don't know. We've had lots of times where we've had good draft picks. I mean,
True.
when Sam Darnold was, we had the second overall pick or third overall pick. We've had times where we've had a good pick and good quarterback drafts. We attract guys like Adam Gase comes here.
But I mean, if you believe in more, you don't just get a nice draft capital, whatever acquisition after more. You get 4 more first round picks, several more seconds. Like it's a lot.
You're not guaranteed a good quarterback. You're guaranteed a quarterback.
True.
We don't know if he's good.
We need the guy to want him.
Right. The guy also is probably thinking too. It's like, because they're more realistic than we are. They know, even if they believe in them, there's a 50% chance they're wrong because the numbers support that. 100 years of data supports that. At least 50% are going to bomb, even if you believe in them. So you're going to a job where if this guy bombs, you're gone. And that might not be true for every team. Every team might see that and give you a chance, right? Now, look, I personally think it's not a bad gig, right? And I've said that before. I'm just saying what I see. I see people not wanting to be here. I personally, in the world, would think it is a good gig. Like, I'm not arguing that. Like, in my mind, you have a chance to be a fucking legend. In my mind, you have a chance to be a legend. And we're set up well for it, right? Because, yes, we have 1 million draft picks, even if you didn't take a quarterback this year. If let's say you're a big name guy, so you can have a screwed up year and Woody Johnson's going to stay out of it. And you tell him that at the meeting, right? You'll get one in 27. I'm not saying you don't want one now. I'm just saying, you have 5 picks, 5 first round picks. You're going to get one either this year or next year, right? You have a ton of picks. You have a ton of cap space. But I'm thinking personally, even though I don't believe it's true for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. Nobody wants to come here because I've seen it with my own eyes. I believe you should want to come here. I do. Because you do. You have a lot of picks. You have a lot of money. But more importantly, if you turn this team around, you're a legend. New York makes sports names legendary more than any other city in all of sports. We know this to be true. If you come here and make this a winner, you are a legend. You are never forgotten. And if you did that for the Jets, if you were a coach and you came here and brought us, I mean, just bring us to the playoffs like makes you popular. But if you win a Super Bowl here, you are like Vince Lombardi is in Green Bay and in the league. That's who you are now. That's who you are. So for me, I think if you're a real man, like if you're a coach that really wants the biggest challenge and really is pursuing the biggest glory, the biggest accomplishment, the biggest achievement, you should be lining up to be the Jets head coach, because nothing is going to make you that legend, that dream, as much as if you come here and turn this team around. But what I'm saying is, in my 45 years as the Jets, the only great coach we ever attracted was Bill Parcells.
You think you can get Pete Carroll back for one more run?
I think that Pete Carroll is pretty much finished. He was a one and done.
Yeah.
He was a one and done. He's an argument of why you shouldn't fire Glenn.
Yeah.
It wasn't nearly as bad as Glenn, but he was a one and done.
Yeah. It's tough, man, because like even I am like, I'm not even playing devil's advocate. I just question whether the fact that becoming a legend in New York by turning this franchise around is still a sticking point. Like we've used it so many damn times. People come, people go, people's stock is lower when they go. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Bob Saleh went to San Francisco ever since, and he's proved he's still a good coordinator. It's tough. I don't know that I can spin that angle.
Coordinator is very different than coach, though. It's a different job. And
Yeah,
it's not, and he hasn't been infallible.
How many of our coaches have gone on to be a head coach elsewhere, though?
Pete Carroll went on to be a good coach
20 years ago. Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, look, the reality is good coaches haven't come here for whatever reason. I mean, so I didn't want to, I realized that I'm spinning the wrong story. I'm making it sound like I'm saying working for the Jets is not a good job. And I didn't want to give up that wrong impression. What I meant was before, when I was saying nobody wants to come here or who would want to come here, is based on the fact that nobody wants to come here. Not based on the fact that I don't think that they should want to come here. Right? And I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, if you're truly seeking out greatness, glory, I don't know a better way to do it than to come to the New York Jets and win.
Yeah.
I don't know a better way to put your name in those lights or in that category of greatness than to come and turn around the New York Jets. Because even to our own fan base, we're laughing at it. Good luck. Even our own fan base, we're like, do you know what you're really getting into? Because you don't know how bad it is here. Right? Our own fan base believes we're cursed.
Yeah.
We don't even believe we could win.
Yeah. Anthony, he rebutted me. He said Todd Bowles went on to be a coach elsewhere. Credit to you. You're right. If I'm a head coach, prospect, someone rising up the ranks, and I see the Jets and Woody Johnson, I pull a 180. I'm sorry. I do. But not if I love Dante Moore.
Dante Moore. That's the key. You gotta love him.
Yes.
I don't care if the rest of the world doesn't see he's generational. You have to see him as generational. Like if you're, and it's possible, by the way, I'm not saying that's not impossible. Like there could be a coaching candidate out there that looks at Dante Moore and says, oh my God, there's no question in my mind I could turn that kid into a great quarterback. And if you believe that, and now you're looking for a coaching job, all right, you could take Dante Moore, and there's 4 other first-round picks. Oh, shit, the Steelers are going to come right back. So you know what I mean? Like, it's all set up. It's all set up for you if you love Dante Moore, and he comes out. It's all set up. No question about it. It's set up for you. It's laid out there. And greatness, it's all there for you. But somebody has to explain to me, why hasn't it? Rex Ryan was not a good coach for the Bills. He was fired like 2 or 3 years later after he got the job. That's not success. Even if he made the playoffs, I think he lost the first game of the playoffs, and I don't even think he made the playoffs. So I think that the question has to be, if this is a great place to come, we've had high picks before. We've had cap space before. We've been an attractive place to come before. Yet nobody seems to want to come.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And I'm getting blasted because our coaches have gone out to other teams. I just question how many. I mean, they were failing down. Sure, Mangini went to the Browns. Would he have gone to the Browns before the Jets? Rex Ryan went to the Bills. Would he have gone before the Jets, or did he go because that's the only offer left to him after what happened here?
Well, those guys were getting second chance coaches, though. Right? Those teams were saying, well, he failed with the Jets. It's the Jets. That's why every coach that goes to Cleveland and fails gets a second chance. Belichick, right? Everybody goes to Cleveland. If your first job is Cleveland, you get a second chance because it's Cleveland. Doesn't count. But that's what we're becoming. Salah will get another job. Salah's going to get another job. Why? Because he failed here. That's the problem. That's what we've become in this league. It's like, well, it's the Jets. Everybody fails there. You can't count that. That's what the mentality has become.
Yes. Good point. Good point. Pittsburgh, first and goal from the 5. I'll let you guys watch that. But Charles chimes in. He says, if we had won 6 to 7 games and Fields continued on an upward trajectory, I'd be for Glenn continuing to build. But we are historically bad. Do you agree with that?
I think there's some truth to historically bad, but I do want to. I mean, every team could sit there in the last 40 years and point to good years, but I think it gets a little it shouldn't be forgotten that while we have the longest run without the playoffs, there's there are teams with no Super Bowls. There are teams. Miami hasn't won a playoff game since 2000. We've been in 2 championship games. There are other ways to look at it that make other franchises look worse, or that have it worse. There are franchises that haven't won Super Bowls. There are franchises that they've been in the playoffs, but they haven't done anything. They haven't been to a championship game. I mean, I've watched this team. I mean, unfortunately, I've been a fan for a lot of years, so maybe it doesn't sound so impressive, but I have watched this team make it to 4 AFC championship games. Right. And 2 of them were within, 17 years ago, within the last 17 years. It's just that the last 15 years, it's a long run. 15 years without the playoffs is a long time. It's a long run, and it's starting to erase all of the good. Before this 15 years, when you asked me in 2011, I would not have said the Jets are historically bad. I would say we were cursed. I would say we had ups and downs, but we've had our heart broken multiple times, and we can't get a Super Bowl ring. It was about not being able to get a Super Bowl ring. It wasn't about being bad. 2004, we had our hearts broken. Herm Edwards, right? Missed field goals against Pittsburgh. 1998, we had our heart broken. And then Testaverde got hurt without being touched. We've had many years where we were good, thought we had a chance, and something went wrong. We had our heart broken. And all those years up until 2011, it wasn't about being historically bad. We weren't Tampa Bay and what Tampa Bay used to be. We weren't like these other teams that were historically bad. And then we went on this 15-year run without the playoffs. And it's starting to change our history. And it's making it harder to argue we're not historically bad. But if you would have said we're historically bad in 2011, I would have said you were out of your mind.
Agreed. You're cooking, brother. And Pittsburgh just cooked a little bit themselves.
I know. Are they going to go for 2 here? We have to see if they go for 2. No, they're going to kick the extra point. Of course, they're not going to go for 2. Not in a winner take all kind of. Miss it. Wow. All right. So it's 20-17. We have to hope with 3:49 that Baltimore scores a touchdown. Screw a field. I want a touchdown. What happens if they tie? If they tie, we still get the 15th pick, I think.
Oh no! You know what?
Oh no, I don't know.
What?
I said, oh no, I think Baltimore has to win.
If they tie, good.
If they tied, they'd be better than Indianapolis still. They'd be better. 8-8 and 1
They
is better than 8 and 9.
they would stay 500.
Huh. So we would yeah. What if the game ended in a tie? This game can end in a tie. What do they do if the game ends in a tie? They're playing for the division right now. Oh no, the Steelers would win the division probably.
They would. They got 9 wins.
Yeah. That would be great if it was a tie because it would be so
Hey.
fucking ridiculous.
We need a tie, or we need Baltimore to win. Aaron can use this to, get back at us one more time if he were to win this game. I don't know, man. I really like Lamar and Derrick Henry in a must-win drive, needing only 3 to tie. Who's their kicker? That's what.
This is the kind of situation where Lamar might be able to put the pain away. Like the endorphins are up. You're playing for everything. This is where you might be able to just run and play through any kind of pain or injury. We'll see. You know what I mean?
Tyler Loop. Yes, I do.
You get to this point of the game, you don't feel anything.
Right. I mean, one drive for all the marbles. You got to put pain aside for that. I think Aaron probably just did. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Guys, we are watching just like you. If you have a question you want us to get to pronto, you can always super chat it. But all we're asking is good questions, even free comments to be good questions.
You know what the cool part of this game is?
What?
The cool part of this game for the team that wins this game is that they get to play, I think, and you might think I'm nuts, I think they get to play at home against Houston. I think that's pretty favorable. If I'm a wild card team, like if I'm winning the division with a freaking 9-8 record at the last second, I'm scraping into the playoffs, and I'm getting a home game against Houston. I think that's what I want. It's better than playing Denver or New England or any of those things. I mean, obviously those teams got buys, but still, it feels like, okay, that's not such a terrible thing. That the winner of this game could believably win next week and go on.
You are right, too. The winner does play Houston in their own building. Yeah, a lot of people say, Billy says it here. There's plenty of time for Lamar Jackson. Yeah, just don't get sacked.
Pittsburgh, no timeouts. That is huge. That is huge because if they get close to a touchdown, they could start making sure it takes time. Like if they wind it down, and Pittsburgh has no way to stop the clock. So also, if they're going to end up having to kick a field goal, they could wind it down and make sure that Pittsburgh doesn't have time to come back and do anything. So tremendous that Pittsburgh doesn't have any timeouts.
Yeah, and Billy is placing his mortgage on it going into overtime.
I wouldn't mind a tie at all. I don't care. I don't care what happens, as long as we get the 15th pick.
Yeah,
give it to
him. So yeah, we'll see, gang. We are watching it, keeping
open receiver. Who's going all the way? No, slow down. You're doing it too fast. There's a flag.
I'm seeing it now. Oh, Flowers.
I think they're still celebrating. It's going to be against Pittsburgh. Yeah, I mean the way they're acting, it's going to be against Pittsburgh.
Zay Flowers.
I mean, Baltimore's still celebrating. It was defensive holding. Penalties declined. Touchdown. Okay, they did it too soon. That's the only problem. But Pittsburgh needs a touchdown. This is the situation where we could see Aaron Rodgers throw a pick. I would love it. Because with us, that's what he kept doing. Every time it got down to a situation like this, he'd throw a pick, and then he would throw the bus.
Did they make the extra point?
It's 23-20, it says, so it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Baltimore's always had good kickers, right? Who's their kicker now? They've never had issues.
Tyler Loop.
Oh, he's good, isn't he?
I think he's all right.
He just kicked it right through the uprights.
Yes.
Lots of girls saying they scored too fast, and that's what I'm saying. Like I literally said, no, slow down, like fall down at the 5-yard line. But then if you don't score a touchdown, you're fired. You're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. I mean, Baltimore has 3 timeouts, 2:20 on the clock.
When you're losing, you can't not score. Like when you're
No.
down, you have to score. Like you
Yeah.
can't play games and stop. Like you cannot do that.
Yeah, Tyler Loop is no Nick Folk, Boss Girl says, and I agree. I agree with that. Billy says the receiver was wide open. What's Pittsburgh doing there?
Yeah, it's a good question. That's definitely a breakdown. I mean, how is he that open? And that's Flowers too. It's not like it's a no-name guy that somebody forgot about. That's their best receiver. How do you forget about Zay Flowers?
Well,
I mean,
if you saw the first,
Go
if you
ahead.
saw the first touchdown, man, Likely was pretty damn open too. It's crazy. Likely beat Ramsey, I believe.
That was some terrible pass defense there. Well, maybe they want maybe the you know what? We've always had good luck or good fortune when it comes to draft picks. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe when it comes to draft picks, we're the champions of the world. Like it's always felt like for a lot of drafts, or especially recently, it's feel like best time of the year to be a Jet fan is April.
I am with you. I'll also would like to just point out that I think overtime is off the table now. So we have 2:20 left in the game. A call-in line is pinned. If you feeling froggy, you want to spit your takes, join us. But probably going to be a shorter show tonight, guys. We're just trying to get to the end of this game and find out when exactly we're going to be picking in round 1.
Billy, we don't want to win. Why you're acting like you want to see him come back and win? We want the Ravens to win. That was way too fast. They already got that many. They're already past the 50-yard line. It's like, what the hell is? I mean, like, what happened to the Ravens? Don't they? I thought they had good personnel.
Well, you can't forget they lost an all-star cornerback in Brandon Stevens last year.
Like, I honestly don't understand. When you look at their roster, their defense is supposed to be this like highly elite defense. I mean, they've got to fire their defensive coordinator, don't they? They've been terrible.
Yeah, they have. And then if you don't have Lamar, you can't even outscore teams. Yeah, and that's what happened this year. They couldn't outscore teams.
I mean, did you look at their roster? Who they have on their defense? I mean, are they? Maybe they have injuries that I don't know about. But like, they got Kyle Hamilton for one. I mean, but like they got like a lot of good players on defense, man. Like I thought this team had a great roster. We trade.
Will you read this? Yeah, read this comment.
We trade back to 15 for Rodgers. Does Rodgers get his 15 again? Hopefully. Hopefully Rodgers gets his 15 again. That's right. And the Steelers, right? They messed with our draft too. Remember when they traded ahead of us and everything, and then they picked again. I'm grateful they did, because they took that offensive lineman Broderick Jones. I heard is terrible. So
Yep, correct.
I don't
Broderick Jones.
I think we were going to take Broderick Jones, but just in case we were, thank you, Pittsburgh.
I'm sure he would have played way better for us than Pittsburgh, though. No, we took Will McDonald instead of JSN or Christian Gonzalez. We said, we don't want JSN. We don't want Christian Gonzalez. Give us Will McDonald.
Can you imagine? Keep him in bounds. Keep him in bounds. Can you imagine if it's still running. That counts as inbounds. If we would have taken JSN, and that's what most of us were screaming too. That's what's funny. We all thought, okay, they're going to go for JSN, and then, oh my God. Well, I'll admit, I said, oh, isn't that like a second round guy? I was
I'm not going to lie.
Oh shit. Okay.
What? You're ahead of me. What?
Well, the Pittsburgh just got a lot of yards. It's like, it's really annoying me how soft Baltimore's defense is. It's really soft, man. Like, what the hell?
What's your game clock say?
27, 26, 25.
Oh, okay. All right. You are, but that's fine. Just call the plays if you can.
Okay. Incomplete pass. Aaron Rodgers. Looks like he just wanted to stop the clock. 2nd and 10. Minute 3 to go.
Would you rather have JJ or Linderbaum?
Right now? Oh, that's really tough, man. I mean, Lindenbaum's the better player, but JJ, it's the position though. We're already so light on edge anyway, But I mean, I think if you're rebuilding anyway, I guess if you have Lindenbaum, then you don't have to worry. Just focus on defense. You start over and start building a defense, right?
I don't even need Linderbaum to do that, though. I don't. Just
So
bring the same five. Bring the same five back and focus on defense.
incomplete pass, and Boss Girl's right. Every play right away, the receiver who fell on the ground did this. Say, where's the pass interference? Like they complain every incomplete pass. Where's the pass interference? Oh, there's no way you call pass interference on that. I'm sorry. At this point of the game, that would have been ridiculous.
Oh shit!
What?
Somehow I caught up in 55 seconds.
No, I'm at 1 minute.
Oh shit! Sorry.
The touchdown? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
How are they that bad? How is Baltimore that bad? How do you leave a guy that wide open? They are the worst. Their defense
How do you?
is terrible. Like I don't understand. How is this defensive coordinator not going to get fired? Like, how do you not fire this defensive coordinator? They have to fire this defensive coordinator. He is terrible. How do you do that? They need the only way they can beat you is a touchdown, and you let a guy get past the defense.
He missed it.
He missed the extra point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that means a field goal wins it.
Yes.
Oh, guys, we have life.
And 3 timeouts.
That was like freaking angels in the outfield got involved. Did you see what the ball did? It was going straight.
I did.
It was like JFK. The ball took a dramatic U-turn in midair, mind you, and just went the other way.
Boswell tried kicking it from the grassy knoll.
But look at how bad this is. How do you
know.
How do you let them get? Oh, he slipped. There's no safety anywhere near there. Like
No.
That is terrible,
Bruh.
Oh
Bruh.
my God,
Bruh. That kick though, that could kill them.
This was great for us that they missed that extra point, because now instead of looking at overtime, we're looking at a chance to win instead of fighting it to get to overtime.
Paris loved your metaphor there, Jeremy.
That's what it looked like. It looked like angels. Like it looked like some angel flew up, and took the football and pushed it away. That's what it looked like. I'm totally serious, man. That was like I've never seen anything like it. It looked like it was straight through, and then it just took a twist. I've never seen anything like that.
Can they do it? Can they come back from behind and score 3 points with 55 seconds and all 3 timeouts? I would bet on them.
Get a really good return right now.
I would bet on them.
Missing the field goal, missing the extra point kind of sets up that situation. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you feel like it always feels like that comes back to make a difference. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay.
What is that? Damn near midfield.
Yeah, that's
dude.
First down.
Nah.
The way you acted,
Nah.
I thought he was gonna go.
Hey. No, hey, you said a good return, and I saw one. That's all I cared about. Halfway down, they need what, like 20 yards?
They need only like 20 yards, but then they have to not leave too much time on the clock. Like they have to then run. They have to get in field goal position and then run a play, like run it down. Like you can't play games anymore in this league. Everybody's kicking. This kicker in the first game of the season kicked a 64-yarder against us for Pittsburgh. So you just have to, like at the end, get within 40 seconds. So then if you get in field goal range, you could run a play and let it go down to 4 seconds.
I'm with Charles here. We need that 15th pick. Let's go, Lamar.
Oh, I know. Believe me, man. I want it.
So they got an 8-yard.
I know it's one slot, but I know our luck as Jet fans. If we don't move up that slot, we're going to lose our guy.
2nd and 2.
Oh no, mine's freezing up. What the hell's going on? No, stop pausing. You have to tell me what happens. Like, what the fuck is going
Okay, they got the first down, but there's a flag on the play.
Oh, God, if it's holding, I'm gonna be so pissed.
False start offense.
Oh, come on, guys. What are you doing to me? Okay, hold on.
I need an antacid.
I know this is going. And do you know what? This is over one pick. Like, I don't want this to ruin. I don't want this to ruin the day. You know what I mean? Because
one draft rung. Yeah, right. I don't know though. Is it a little more special to see Aaron get eliminated, or is that just me?
I mean, I think what I realize is that as much as I used to care about that, the pick is so much more important to me. You know what I mean? What actually affects the Jets means so much more to me. You know, it's like, fair. Yeah. Like at one point it would have been screw Aaron Rodgers. I don't want him to go to the playoffs. But like when it comes down to like what it impacts the Jets, all I care about is what's right for the Jets.
You're behind. Are you live?
No, I mean, I'm like, I can't catch up now. I'm like stuck.
Okay. All right.
Why? What's going on?
3rd and 7 with 31 seconds. Okay.
Play clock is 10, 9, 8, like that kind of thing. Like, what are you seeing? I'm seeing him with the ball, Lamar.
Yes. Go ahead.
Sacked. So get rid of it, you dumb. Okay. Wow.
He did.
like, I mean, how dumb was that? Like,
yeah.
Shit, it's 4th down. There. Really screwed.
What's the play clock for you?
21 seconds. 30, 29, 28.
Okay, we're synced up. Okay, all right. Billy says Lamar was sacked. No, you jumped a gun, Billy. He did not. He threw it away. 4th and 7. It's currently a 67-yard field goal. Oh, I don't kick that.
No,
yeah, you got to go.
They have to get the first down.
Oh boy, timeout, Baltimore.
Oh man, they're not going to get it. I could just feel it.
Yeah, 4th and 7 is no joke.
Oh, come on, guys. They let Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you, that defensive coordinator for freaking Baltimore, man. I don't understand with this roster how ugly. You got Aaron Rodgers with no receivers. All it's like there's just no excuse.
Zach Orr. He's their DC. He was promoted after Mike McDonald left and went to Seattle.
Well, they lost their real guy.
All right, here we go.
They lost.
Here we go. Talk about, I need an antacid.
Here he goes. Oh, here comes Watt. Get rid of it.
Yes!
On it!
Fuck yeah!
Oh, my God! Likely!
Yes!
Holy cow! Oh, man, it's a green bean special.
Yes! Fuck yeah!
It's a green bean special. It was a tight end who did it.
A tight end that I want. He's in a contract year. Let's go get Isaiah Likely, baby.
This is the kind of thing you need. Holy moly. They lined him up in the slot like a receiver.
Just threw it up to him. That's all they did, man.
Yeah, he didn't help with Watt at all. He didn't chip. He didn't do anything. He just went straight out for that pass. Look at that. That's a beautiful pass, too. I got to say, he threw between two guys right in the seam. That's
save their season.
I mean, it's a little high, but like he threw it pretty much to like the only place you could throw it, really. I mean, you could be picky about it and say it was a little high, but man, that's the tough pass to make. That's a tough pass to make. Wow, that's amazing. So now you don't kick the field goal yet. You got to run it down now. Don't fumble. Just give it a Henry. Fall down at the hash mark the kicker likes.
Grinch, Baltimore is down 2, and they just got into field goal range with 14 seconds left.
Come on.
But I will say right now it's a 41, 42 yarder.
Yeah, he just went to
But
the hash mark. He went to the preferred hash mark.
yep.
Okay, I'm a little afraid because we watched an extra point. We watched the ball do this. It
No.
went.
Listen,
Like,
Chaos. Listen, luck is on our side today, baby. Positive energy. He's gonna make this, man.
yeah. So the Jets live podcast says it's been entertaining watching with us. You should have joined us for the last 3 games on Green Bean Jets fan. This is what we do. This is what we do.
Hey, you may see us next week. Stay tuned. Green
right.
Beans Jets fan. Yeah.
Figure out what Green Bean wants to do.
Kyler Loop, baby. The season on the line. Do you
Well,
trust the
This is pick 16 or pick 15 for us. This is either we get the 15th pick or the 16th pick. That's what this is. Come on. Get it.
Here we go.
This kick. Don't miss this kick.
Oh,
Oh my God, he missed it. I hate those towels. I hate this team. I hate this world. I hate
Fuck!
this race. How do you miss that? How do you miss that? You bum. Jesus Christ, we can't get a break. We can't get a break. I can't watch those terrible towels, man. I hate Steeler fans. Those stupid towels.
Try living in Pittsburgh for 30 years.
Jesus Christ, they're annoying. Jesus Christ. I just can't. It's just, I mean, it's just unbelievable. He misses it. How do you miss it?
How do you
He says we should go. Eddie McGuire says we should go live during the Indiana-Oregon game. Isn't that game on a Friday?
That is on a Friday, and I will be live
You're
around
live,
halftime. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. How do you miss that? Everybody is kicking 60-yard field goals, and this idiot can't kick a regular field goal. What a choker. What
41 years.
How do you miss a 41-yard field goal for your team? You get paid to do one thing. It's unbelievable.
Paris says Aaron Rodgers probably sold his soul to the devil for that win.
Oh my God, that is just disgusting. Disgusting.
Scott Foster wants to know, how do you miss an extra point?
I don't even understand what I'm seeing. I mean, like, first we watched Baltimore not play defense. The guy slips, there's no safety, there's nobody behind him. You left one layer of defense to the end zone when they needed a touchdown. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. How do you call that defensive play? How do you call that defensive play? How are you not in cover 3? Like, what is going on?
Dude, you could be in quarters. I don't care. Like, you can't let anyone behind you. Rodgers to the playoffs, says Scott Foster. Suck it, AG. Thoughts on that, Chaos?
Yeah, I don't think it was Aaron Glenn who made that happen. I think it was an idiot who missed the field goal. But and a cornerback who fell down, and a terrible defensive coordinator who had a one-on-one with the game on the line where the other team could only beat you by scoring a touchdown. I just can't believe how bad the Ravens are this year. Like, I cannot believe how bad their defense was this year. Like, that was just the most horrendous defensive effort I've seen in ages. And I don't understand it because their personnel says they're better than that. But anyway, I'm more mad than I'm as mad as when the Jets blew. I just can't stand it, man. I mean, it's the 16th pick. We still got the 16th pick.
Yeah, and I do want to respond to Grinch here.
Really a difference? Yes, there's a difference. It's not the end of the world, but it was a 41-yard field goal. That's what sucks. We had it.
Yeah. Well, and also if you have pick 15, you can slide to 16 and get a whole 4th rounder. Guess who doesn't have a 4th rounder, Jeremy?
The Jets.
Yeah. So we lost one tonight, by the way. We just lost one. Tyler Fruit Loop.
Yeah. That sucks. It sucks.
Duh.
You know why I'm mad when you say 15, 16? Is there really a difference? The answer is yes, there's a difference. First of all, and we know that because there's a point value system to picks. But the thing is normally there wouldn't be a difference. If you would have told me when we made the trade, hey, that Colts pick is going to be the 16th pick or the 15th pick. Oh no, I found out it's going to be the 16th pick. I would have said, okay, whatever, yay. But the fact that we're sitting here, we're watching the game, we watch Likely make the catch. All we need is the field goal to secure the 15th pick. It's like context matters. You know what I mean? Like if we were being offered the pick in a trade and a team had 2 picks, the 15th and the 16th pick, and we yelled at our GM and went nuts because they agreed to the 16th pick and not the 15th pick. You could say, is there really a difference? The trade was still a good trade. But we're talking about the fact that we just watched the guy miss a 40-yard field goal. That's why it hurts. It just feels like things are. Feels like the world is set up for us to feel pain.
I mean, let's give us some credit, man. Some credit today. Today was still a good day. Still gained way more than that 15 to 16 was lost. Just by going to pick 4 or 3 to 2, that was huge. That's the biggest thing for today, right?
The 2 to 3, the 2 to 3, the 3 to 2 was
3 to 2. Yes.
Biggest of the day. What was that? I mean, you showed me the value of that, right? That was
I did.
Second round.
It's 400 points, which is the equivalent of pick 50.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. So overall, great day. We gained. I mean, look, overall, at the end of the day, we have the 2nd pick, the 16th pick, the 33rd pick, and I think like the 45th pick. That's beautiful.
Yeah, pretty much.
Beautiful.
Pretty much.
Beautiful.
Boss Girl was also right, though. She said we do not have a 3rd. We do have a 4th.
We have 100.
But
I was going to say we have pick 104, I think, and it may have went to 103 because of today. It went to 103. Nice.
Well, I don't know with the damn rotating bullshit now.
It rotates back to us because it's the 4th round resets all to the. It's because
I think there's 4 teams.
Oh.
But we're not last. Last would have been round 3. So whatever we are my point is you pick at 45, like you said, you pick at 46. That's your 4th selection, right? You only have one.
To me, that pick 104, 103, whatever it is, that could be the if Dante Moore doesn't come out, that could be our dart throw quarterback, our middle round quarterback pick.
Well, it's the only pick we have in 120 between pick 46 and 177. 104 is the only one in between there. Oh, that's why I wanted it. That's why I wanted an extra 4th, man. And not that.
Do you know what that's going to do? That's going to make day 3 draft day so boring.
Yeah, correct. Because we'll pick in the beginning of it, and then we'll have to sit there for 75 picks.
Oh, I'm not. I'm going to shut it off and just come back. Why? I'm going to sit around for 3 hours, 4 hours, right? So we could so we could pick a bunch of guys I never heard of, because that's what it's going to be. Yeah. It always is. Every time we start picking by the 6th round, every time, guys we never heard of.
Yeah, true. And I will say we got a little extra help. I think a 7th round pick of the Jets became a 5th last week.
Yes.
Morgan Moses.
Thank you very much.
I'll take that. I'll take the 3 to 2. Honestly, today, that Colts pick improved. It didn't do all it could, but it started the day at 18, right? And now it's what, 17?
16.
16. Yeah.
16.
Look at that.
Still a good day.
Still a good day.
I estimated 16 in the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Estimated. Yeah. Look, the Colts could have won today. It was a close game. The Colts could have won. If the Colts would have won, none of this would have happened. We would have just had pick 18. We would have been bummed. And it wouldn't have been that bummed because 18 is still good. Anyway, I can't wait to do some mock drafts now. Now that I know that we have having that 33rd pick is huge, dude. Knowing that's the 33rd, that's nice. That's nice. It really is. It's like the bubble pick.
Well, yeah, and it's a lot of times, whoever's sitting at 33 actually picks on day one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we want someone at 33, but we want to give them a 5th-year option, we could slide up and back into round 1 and pick 3 times in round 1 again. Or we go to bed after day 1. We got 2 first-rounders in tow already. We go to bed. We're at the top of the board for day 2, and teams are calling us. They're just blowing our phone up, man.
Dude, I love what you just said because that is so true and so cool. Because I remember how it felt when we went into day 2 with like the 4th pick, how exciting it was when we saw how many guys came off the board. So you're right. The day is going to end and we are going to know exactly what our choices are. We're going to have an entire night to fight with each other, to curse each other out and yell who we should take. We're going to get to, because when the draft is happening, you're moving fast, you're panicking, who's available, you're running, you're trying to cross off the guys that were picked. We're going to have an entire night to break it down. We're going to have the entire evening and the next day in the morning to break it down, to say who's still on the board, really analyze it, think about it, argue about it. It's going to be really fun.
It is. And the best part's knowing that we already took 2 guys. Not 1, 2 guys. We already have. Do we have a quarterback then? Do we have a linebacker? Do we have both? Do we have a wide receiver? We'll know all this.
Also, free agency will have happened. So you know what you have in free agency. You already filled some holes. You might be feeling some like there might be some goodness that came out of free agency. And then you're sitting there, you know who your top 2 picks are. Maybe we have Dante Moore. Maybe we checked off the quarterback box. Maybe we grabbed them Lemon. Maybe we got Sonny Styles and we have our linebacker. And then you know there are going to be guys that slip out of that first round. And we're going to be sitting there saying, oh my God, who slipped and who do we get to take? It's kind of exciting.
Very exciting. Sorry,
I was three very significant players.
Well, I mean, what sounds better? 4 top 50 picks or 3 top 33 picks?
3 top 33 sounds good. 4 top 50 sounds good, but 3 top 33. Well, I mean, when you say though the value of the picks, 2, 16, and 33 is pretty amazing. I mean, and so when you say 4 top 50 picks, it doesn't capture that part of it as much. And I know that at pick 45, we might get a starting player. Like we might get a real player. But there's a difference between 45 and 33. 45, usually you're out of first round picks. Like nobody slips past, everybody's gone already. Like there's nobody left that you were super excited as first round picks. But at 33, we're getting a first round pick. Like we're getting somebody's going to fall out of that first round. So, I mean, we might not take it because it might not be the right positions. We'll find out. But then nobody's ever right. Even if you take the best people at it, maybe they get 25 out of the 30 out of the 32, or 26
maybe
out of 32.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. Boss Girl chimes in. She says, instead of sliding down at 33, she wants us to just take the best player that fell to us. Maybe they're a first round talent. Likelihood?
I think we should take the best player. I mean, I do, but not if it's an offensive tackle. If it's there's certain position. If it's an offensive tackle, no. Imagine we take more in Styles than Boston Phil the second and more in Lemon and CJ Allen slides. Look, these are all fun things that we can imagine. These are all going to be fun things to think about. Because, I mean, like even in PFM, when you do the mock drafts, different people are going to be available at 33 every time you do it. Right? It's like every time you play that game, I consider it like a game, like playing a game. It's going to be a different guy, like different players every time you do it that are going to be available that you could think about. And I think we have so many needs on this team. We are very much outside of quarterback in a position to take whatever's there. Like what's the best player? Where's the impact player?
What do you say to Scott Foster, who chimes in and says we have the Rodgers derangement syndrome?
I don't know. I don't know what that means, really. I don't have any syndrome over Aaron Rodgers. I don't care about Aaron Rodgers. He was like, well, if he stayed, maybe we would have won some more games. We weren't going to be a playoff team. I mean, like, we can't be the same people who are saying Aaron Glenn is the worst coach in history and he's historically bad, and then pretend that with Aaron Rodgers, he would have gotten us into the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Like, you can't say that. We won 5 games with Aaron Rodgers last year. So, okay, we would have won 5 or 6 games this year, and we wouldn't be looking at the number 2 pick. So best of luck to you, Aaron Rodgers. You gave me a great thrill when you came here, when you announced you were coming here. When you started you gave me some great excitement. I was very happy for you. You made me believe for a while. You were a big part of a lot of the joy that I felt in the last few years. Now you're in Pittsburgh. You can do whatever you want with them, because the truth is, if you would have stayed here, we would not be in the playoffs, and we might not be this far up on the board. We might be looking right now at number 6, number 7. And is that any kind of moral victory for anybody here? Would that have meant anything? Because we'd be in the same boat. Aaron would now be retiring. He'd be gone. And we'd be looking, what would we have? Pick 7? Pick 8? Right? We'd have a pick like that, and we'd have no replacement quarterback. And where would we be? So I don't know.
No man's land.
So I don't know what that syndrome is. I wish Aaron Rodgers the best of luck. I don't care anymore. It doesn't affect anything for me. You know, if anything, letting him go, and Aaron Rodgers being gone, in hindsight now, where I'm sitting now, I wouldn't change it, because I wouldn't change being at number 2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take those extra wins and no playoffs, because it doesn't matter, because we'd be in the same exact spot right now, except we wouldn't be sitting at number 2. Because if Dante Moore comes out of this draft, if he has a great game, whether he wins or loses, if he plays well against that tough Indiana defense, if he plays really good, and he comes out of that draft and he hits, and he's the guy, and he's a real quarterback, and we get him, that changes the course of our history. I'm very worried about it, though. I'm not going to lie, because I don't dislike him, but I also am not in love with him. Like, I'm worried. I'm afraid of him, because I'm afraid of him.
Let me make you feel a little at ease. I'm not saying let's draft Dante Moore. I'm not. Even though, I got my Oregon jersey on under this. I'm not saying that. What I do want to say, though, is you mentioned it a while back, Chaos, in this very same stream. You said each of these draft picks have a point value assigned to them, right? Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Guess who has the biggest purse? When you give draft pick points to all these selections, I mean, pick number 1 overall, 3,000 points. Whoo-wee. We're batting second. We got 2,600 points just for the first 2 picks. 3,000, 2,600. I'm asking you about all 7 rounds. Which team in the NFL has the biggest allowance this year?
It's got to be us.
It's us.
It's got to be. We have. What other team? Because we know that the points get super thin at the end anyway. They mean nothing. They get so low. So where are you going to get the most points? You're going to get the most points when Vegas and the Jets are looking at so many points, but Vegas has nothing, and then we have freaking 16, and then we have freaking 33 ahead of Vegas. And then, so clearly we have, and then we have 45 from Dallas. And then after that, you're never going to catch up to us, because the points get so low, you're never going to be able to catch up. So yeah, we have the biggest draft purse. That's nice.
Cleveland has 3 top 38 picks. They're close. They're close behind. Not close enough, baby. We, short of whoever goes first overall, we have the most flexibility. After pick 1 is done, it's our draft. It's our draft.
Yeah, it's our draft. I mean, look,
it is.
I want to love more. You know that. And I don't know that I have nothing against him. I have nothing that makes me say he's not going to be a good quarterback. I just don't have anything either way. So I'm scared, because I don't want to take him and miss. If we pick Dante Moore and he's not good, and he's just like becomes like a freak, like just I don't know, just like one of these guys that just doesn't really work out. We're done. It's gonna tear down.
Are we? Are we?
Really hurt us.
Well,
Bad.
if you stick and pick him with 3 first rounders the next year,
But
are you done?
We're not going to replace him next year. We're not going to know. We're not going to know. We're not going to give up on him in 1 year.
True. Yeah, that's tough. But what if there's an Arch Manning that's attainable?
Maybe, because the people are talking about the Giants giving up. I mean, what if he was terrible? What if Dante Moore came in and it was like Shadir Sanders? Like, what if he's getting 60 yards a game, 50% completion, 8 sacks? He's getting sacked like crazy. He's absolute garbage. And our team wins 1 or 2 games, and we're in the top 3. And then 27 draft class of quarterbacks come out. It has Manning and everybody else, a million guys in it, right? There's a chance we say we have to take a quarterback and make sure. Like, we can't miss this opportunity. There's a chance. I don't want that to happen, obviously. Obviously, we want, if we pick Dante Moore, we want the training camp to go great. He looks great. No balls are touching the ground. He's accurate. He's looking good. He's developing. Maybe he sits for a month, 5-6 weeks, then they bring him in because we're up by 2 touchdowns or whatever, or it's a blowout game, a loss or a win, whichever way. And he comes in and he plays really well. Like, that's what we want. That's the dream, right? And then he takes over and he shows flashes and he's good. That's what we want, obviously.
But Jeremy, as Boss Girl says right here, Dante Moore is still QB1 on a lot of draft experts' boards.
I just don't see it. I don't see how the Raiders are not going to take Mendoza. And that's with the 2 teams playing each other. But if I look at the last 5 games, like the last 6 weeks of college football, I can't help but think that Dante Moore is going to have a really hard time against Indiana's defense. Not because he's a bad quarterback, because Indiana's defense is really freaking good. And it's going to be really hard for him to do much. Hopefully I'm wrong. Believe me, I want to be wrong.
Just to play devil's advocate, let me ask you this. Why could Mendoza not win any games at Cal if he is him?
It's a good question.
I mean, he played 6 top 25 teams. He went 0-6.
But that's why he's not a generational player.
Does he need to be on a good team?
That's a good question. It's a real concern. Maybe the Raiders will have that concern, but there's also how many players have we seen not have great college careers and they break out and have the good year? I mean, Jackson Dart, right? I mean, not Dart. Bo Nix. Bo Nix was terrible. Then he went to Oregon and had a great year in Oregon, right? So that was the argument against him. But now he's the number 1 seed in the AFC. He's the quarterback of the number 1 seed team in the AFC, right? So, I mean, it's hard to.
Dude, hey, no. It's a crapshoot.
So everybody's saying
we don't know.
Dante Moore going back to school could either be fucks us up the ass and screws us, right? And it's the worst thing to happen to us, or it could be the greatest thing that happens to us. And you know what's going to determine that? The future. Because in 4 years from now, if Dante Moore came out next year and is a bust and ended up at a different team, and we somehow maybe get a bridge quarterback and end up with a good quarterback that we love, we're going to thank God that he didn't come out, because we would have picked him and screwed ourselves. Or he's not going to come out. Some team is going to be in better position to get him, and he's going to be a star quarterback, and we're always going to hate the world and say what would have been or what could have been.
You know what would help? And I'm glad that things happen this way, this time calendar wise. It's going to help to see what we do in free agency, for one. It's going to help to see what we do with our staff. Who's our QB coach rolling into the draft? Is it a guy we trust with a Dante Moore? Is it a guy we don't? That makes a huge difference.
They said they're going to make some changes to the staff.
They are.
So we'll see. Maybe they get a new quarterback coach.
I think so. But yeah, does that guy inspire our confidence? That's what I'm talking about. Does he inspire our confidence?
There's nobody in our coaching staff except for Chris Banjo that inspires confidence for me.
Exactly.
The one thing I know is that we have a competent special teams coach. That's all I know. Nobody else instills confidence. That doesn't mean I'm saying that none of them are good or Restream can't be good, but they've done nothing to make me feel confident. So,
And that needs to change first. Maybe free agency first. I don't know how that'll shake out. Guys, we are wrapping up. Please, if you're watching us, there's 21 still in here. We got up to 30 already once. Still at over 20, Jeremy. Just trying to remind them to spike that like button. Appreciate everyone. Yeah,
hit that thumb,
dude.
hit the thumb, hit the thumb, hit the thumb. Richard, if you didn't hit the thumb, I'm gonna come there to Long Island. I'm gonna take a knish from All American. I'm gonna shove it up your ass.
Yeah, Richard. Come on, man. Salt and Pepper King.
You don't want to be near me when I'm playing with this because it's flies out of my hand. I got no control of this thing, man. I'm like boss girls. I'm like one of Boss Girl's kids. Like she'd be yelling at me like I was one of her kids. Would you put that away? You're gonna stick somebody with that. Cut your finger off, you freak.
Dude, I know that there are tubs of butter all over Sacramento that are worried about you with that thing. Boss Girl chimes in. She says, "What? No mock draft?" Jeremy, I think we owe these people not tonight, but we owe them some mocks. I think we owe them a guest or two. I don't know your thoughts on that. We haven't really discussed it much, but would love to get Dom C in here one night. I'm sure there's others though. Like we do have to at some point segue to prospect talk full time. Don't have to do that tonight, obviously, but yeah, man.
We got some time. I know Domsey's going to be doing some stuff with Green Bean near the end of the month, but until that time, it might be time to, I could reach out to him and see if he wants to come in and do some stuff with us on Sunday night. So
that would be fun. I will say my channel as a whole, it's been around for we'll be coming up on 2 years with this draft, but we've never done a mock draft on air live except just fucking around one time. But we've never really done a mock draft. That would be cool. A cool cherry to pop.
Well, I have the Golden Bible. I have Dom C's draft guide. I have all his rankings of every position. So I have the Golden Book to use as a tool in my mock drafts. I haven't gotten to look at the film myself yet, but I trust him to an extent to use that as my guide. I start with what he says, and then sometimes I stray from his opinions, as I watch, but never too far. Usually, he knows what he's doing.
Do you have a Patreon member that offers all 22 that you could plug for us, or do you just kind of have to search and find?
I got to look at the name of it because I always forget. I have to open up my email and look at it. It's something cuts. It's like $5 a month. I mean, you could do it as low as $2 or $3. It's actually a waste. I pay the money and I don't even use it, but I use it for Dom C sometimes. If you pay a little bit more, you get to ask and request players. So I think I pay a little more, and I make requests on Dom C's behalf. He tells me who to request, so he can have more requests. But I have to look through my email right now. I'm just looking.
That's okay. We can let people.
I'll have the name. But I have it's something cuts or whatever. I forget because it's just a shared. It's basically what he does is you join his Patreon and he shares on Google Docs a spreadsheet with links. And so I have this spreadsheet I just go to, and then there's links, and I could type in, I could hit the tab on the bottom, like an Excel spreadsheet, quarterback, and then it just lists all the senior quarterbacks, and I select the quarterback, and then a bunch of games pop up, and I could just select the game, and then I'm watching the all 22. That's how it works.
See that? I think a lot of people would be interested for that because I mean, I did ask Dom a while back for the same info. He did give me the creator, but I never actually dug into it. But bro, we have 3 months now. We need a quarterback. We need linebackers. We need all kind of shit. And if you could share that with the audience next week or something, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That way, people. Well, we talked about it, man. We don't want people out there just trusting anyone. You know, if you could provide them with a $5 option.
But it's more than watching the film, like because you have to know what you're looking for some positions. Some positions you don't really have to that much, but you should also. One of the things like I would advise is to watch Joe Blewett because whether you agree with him or not 100%, you play like a Jet, right? Like Luke from Play Like It, like they like just watch because they do break down the position in a way that there's scouting school that teaches you how to do it, and that's what they're doing. They're breaking it down in a real way, and you could learn. Like it's not that
Yes.
hard. Like Dom C taught me like what to look for in an offensive lineman. He taught me how you're supposed to make contact, like how you're supposed to thrust forward, how you're supposed to make initial contact, where your hands need to be, like how you should be lined up. Like it just takes somebody to teach you and explain to you why and how, like how you're supposed to line up and why. And then that's knowledge that you will have. You'll say,
Yes.
okay, if I watch a tackle, I want to make sure that they're lined up that way. And then you look at their feet and everything else.
Yeah, correct. It's the attributes to look for are different per position, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just watching Blewett though, like the wide receiver routes, like I envision there to be 9 different routes in my little speck of football experience in high school, 9 routes. All of a sudden, man, there's way more than 9, man. And all kind of shit. So definitely check them out. As Snowball says, man, if Jeremy can learn, your dog can learn too.
And I'm not saying I'm learning to make me an expert, but I could say that there are some basic, very fundamental things that you learn to look for. Like I said, Dom C, why is that guy standing up? That tackle like stands up pretty high, and the others get down really low. And he goes, "That's how much trust you have in your balance." He goes, "It's hard to move forward when you're low to the ground. People who stand up are doing that because they don't trust their balance to thrust forward from low." And he goes, "Some overcome it, like Campbell, the offensive lineman that plays for New England, the tackle. He lines up pretty high, but like most of the really, really great tackles are able to start low and thrust from a low position. So you're coming up. So you're getting, you want to come from the lower position. So, but it's not easy to do when you're 320 pounds.
Right. Well, I think Snowball probably knows. I mean, his co-host knows all about thrusting forward, right?
He does it so many times. He has like 50 kids. So
Charles B chimes in. He says, if Jeremy were to punch you in the face, you would have to fight off the urge to thank him.
I guess that's a compliment.
I don't know. Charles, you're the man. I wish I knew what NGNM stood for. Is it New Mexico something?
I was thinking not gonna. No, I was like Charles B. Not gonna. Never mind. All right, guys, let's get out of here, man. I'm dying.
Yes. Any final thoughts?
Just that nothing changed Jet perspective except the draft picks. We know what the draft pick order now is. I'm excited about it, man. We have the richest purse, and I'm excited about it.
Facts. Good day. A good day. Not only did our picks get better, we got to put a ribbon on 2025. Take it, lock it in a chest, throw away the key, and forget it ever happened, right?
Yeah, and the next time you're upset about the Jets not making the playoffs, think about it this way. The teams that are in the playoffs, they're so nervous. Remember, I don't know about you, I used to lose sleep all week, all nervous about the game, playoffs.
IBS.
No nerves for us. We get to sit back, watch football, and wait for the draft.
Dude, they're probably all struggling with IBS. Not us. Not us.
Not a worry in the world.
Hey, good night, everybody. Catch you later. Oh, good night, Dano, says Snowball. Not you, Jeremy.
Huh. Huh. I'll take that. Somebody's gonna get a
Well,
knish shoved up their ass.
that butterfly knife. Let me know how that feels, Snowball.
I know you're gonna feel my blade. I'm convinced we're the most cursed team in professional sports.
You guys are bad.
I've been saying this hot take for a long time, and I'm sticking to it. My hot take is that Will McDonald's going to hit 15 sacks.
No member of the New York Jets' Week 1 offensive line will miss a game all year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time! So get ready to rumble!